And we're live. What's up, Reds? Welcome to the Sunday Summary Talk Show on Nothing But Reds. I am your host, Kyle. With me, as always, is Steve. And Steve, we finally got a signing this summer. Of course, it's going to end up in our U18 squad, but that's all right. We're going to chat about it. And then we're also going to talk about a new beverage update, okay? And then the comment of the week to get us started. So, Steve, how are you doing this morning, man?
I'm good. It's a beautiful day. Can't complain. Not that anyone would listen. Either way, we're a little skippy and glitchy here. Are you seeing that too?
Just a tad.
I got a million tabs open. Let me close all these out and see if that helps.
Yeah,
at
that
all.
might help, Steve.
I'm gonna go ahead and assume it's your internet, but
yeah, sure.
It's just mine.
It's always yours, though.
I mean, this internet costs enough. It better not be mine.
Well, same on this end, man. You're a little better now.
I haven't closed anything, so
you're lying. You're lying. I know you have.
Oh, geez. Someone help this guy, please.
Good Lord, Steve. Look, Steve, tell the people.
Who's in here? What's going on?
We got, oh boy, not him, Romario, Liz, what's going on? Good morning to everyone. Make sure you leave your thoughts throughout the show in the chat and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It's going to be a very good show today. Steve, look, I want to hear about the beverage updates, man. What you got for us this week?
This week is a staple beverage for myself, especially. Seltzer water. Flavored seltzer water. This is Schweppes.
I like saying Schweppes.
Brand, somewhat irrelevant. Here's what I'll say. It's a refreshing treat. A nice little spin off the old typical H2O. Things to consider. If you drink as many as I do, you have to worry about the health implications of such a volume. Too much of this can irritate your esophagus long term. The carbonation can eat away at your teeth. Although people say there's nothing in it, carbonation is not necessarily good for you. So something to keep in mind. Flavors. Citrus is always a safe bet. I prefer the limes, the lemons, the grapefruits, you name it. When you're at your local supermarket, you can pay upwards to $7 for a 12-pack of these bad boys. But there's always one brand on sale. That's what I recommend you do. Cut some costs. Be a bargain hunter for a few minutes. And buy in batches of 4, so you get 48 seltzers. 48 seltzers will last me 5 days. It's a problem, but it's a nice treat, especially as the weather's getting warmer. So highly recommend you guys look into those. And again, any questions about the previous beverages, cotton candy blizzard from last week, cold brew versus iced coffee versus just regular coffee in general from 2 weeks ago, please don't hesitate to reach out.
So now, are we going to recap every single beverage every single Sunday? What if once we get up to 200 shows or something, you're going to be like, all right, seltzers, coffee, blizzard, soda, you name it. And then you have to go through the list and then be like, all right, if you have any questions, reach out. So, Steve, real quick, let me ask you, do you notice a difference between the store brands and normal? Like
Great question. Unbelievable question. I'm glad you asked. Yes, for if you're shopping at Shaw's. Shaw's is like, I know it's not like nationwide, but Stop and Shop brand, awesome. Whole Foods brand, awesome. So for the most part, I'd say no. Trader Joe's is even good. But Shaw's and Star's supermarkets have terrible generic seltzer. Terrible.
And now, of course, this is in the United States, so it's probably a little bit different over in the UK in terms of, store names. But first off, happy Father's Day to my father who's in the chat. What a legend.
Happy Father's Day.
What an absolute legend. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there.
Absolute legend.
And he just threw in iced coffee from Dunkin' Donuts. That's his thing. He's a big Dunkin' Donuts guy.
Yeah,
by the way,
why not?
Not sponsored in any way by any of the brands we're naming. We're just having a chat. So, yeah. Now, so Steve, honestly, seltzer water, I go through phases with it. It's pretty good stuff. So the carbonation, do you have any info on that? Why is the carbonation so bad?
Personally, I have not done clinical trials myself.
Okay.
But I just know carbonation is, like with anything, can be toxic in massive amounts, which is kind of the bucket that I'm in currently.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
pray for my esophagus, pray for my teeth, please. But yeah, I mean, it's not good to have the carbonation just running down your throat constantly. And it's the fizzing aspect apparently isn't good for your teeth either.
Okay.
So when
Fair
people
enough.
say you can drink mass amounts of seltzer water and it's just like regular water, technically it is, unless you get something with sugar, but this has zero of everything. This is
It's probably
raspberry lime. And then
it's
I
probably
also
got
have,
that sulforaphane potassium,
there you
that
go.
aspartame.
And then once this one runs out, I have a black cherry on deck. So,
Black cherry on deck. Okay.
yeah.
So Steve's rolling deep this morning with the seltzers. So
Regular
everyone,
agua. I
look,
mean,
I want to thank Steve. I appreciate your input. I know it's tough doing the research and then coming on here and answering all the questions. So I do appreciate it.
there's no research involved here. I'm just an expert on beverages. That's all.
Oh, I see what it is. Okay. See, I thought you had to do research. You said I haven't done clinical trials yet.
No,
So it
that's
seems
the only
like
thing I
you're a
haven't done.
scientist of sorts.
I am, but it's all just God-given talent. This knowledge base here is not worked on. It's just out of the box tools from birth.
That sentence, you struggled getting through that sentence.
Stock tools.
Out of the box tools, birth. Look.
Now, alcoholic seltzer is a whole other ball game. We'll revisit that sometime later down the line, but it's not really my thing.
Dude,
it's taking over the United States.
Trend before we get into the comment of the week, that trend is insane how it blew up, right? Because White Claws and all that stuff, those have been around for a while. Like I remember, drinking those like 3 or 4 years ago, like before they blew up. All of a sudden, every brand has a seltzer water. It's insane, dude. They just blew up. And they're pretty good. They're pretty good.
Yeah, they're solid. I mean, especially if you're on a diet, like it's probably as good as you can go.
Absolutely.
Because they're refreshing. However, quick bit of trivia for everyone in the chat. Now, who's ready for a trivia question? Liverpool FC trivia question.
Well, hold on. We got comment of the week.
Oh, geez. All right. Let's do
that first. And then trivia. First off, shout out to everyone who's just joining us. Abdallah, Seek Chan, Carly Lito, what's going on? Oyvind in here as well. Tony, what's up? So yeah, look, comment of the week. All right, let's roll to it. All right, so this was on the video regarding Patson Daka going to Leicester. So you'll see quotes here, and basically what I was saying was that Patson Daka it's a better stepping stone to go to Leicester City. And I wasn't saying that in a negative light. I was saying, like, look, Leicester City's a good club. It's a good move for him. Okay, so this guy, all right, commenting, too big of a jump to go to LFC. Leicester, a good stepping stone. And basically saying, bro, y'all finished 3 points ahead of Leicester. That stepping stone is about to pass you. So first off, Steve, my first thought is this guy's American, I think. Based on just like, bro, y'all finished 3 points. So there's the first thing, okay? Second thing, I hit him with, if you just look at the attack, all right? Leicester City, regardless of these guys are good. Jamie Vardy, Harvey Barnes, Damari Gray, and Iheanacho, okay? All solid players. But then you look at Liverpool's attack, Mo Salah, Sadio Mane, Bobby, and Diogo Jota. Which one of those front four would you likely see Patson Daka in? I want everyone to answer this. Steve, what would you say?
See him playing in?
Yeah, like which one is he most likely to go in? Because this guy's point...
Oh, Leicester.
Exactly. That's my point. This guy was basically saying that Leicester are about to pass us simply because they finished 3 points ahead, or because we finished 3 points ahead of them.
When was the last time Leicester finished ahead of Liverpool? That'd be a good question. Someone look that up and put it in the chat.
It's the 15-16 season when they won the league.
All right, so half a decade, and then how about before that?
Oh, God, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Patson Daka is not going to come to Liverpool and play every week.
Yeah.
Look, People can say what they want about Bobby, but Klopp loves him, and he does a lot of things that go unnoticed. When he's not there, you notice it. Even when he's not finishing, when he's not on the pitch, you notice it. You can see it. There's a considerable difference.
Yeah.
So, like, who's he going to overtake? Like, who would he even play over at Liverpool? Like, no, there's no one. So, I don't want to hear that.
Honestly, though, just to touch on that, like, because I know a lot of people wanted Patson Daka, like, at the club. Wouldn't you think it's a good move to go to Leicester? Like, I'm not losing any sleep over it. You know what I mean?
Is that official? What's going on there?
What?
Daka.
Yeah, so this is reported by Fabrizio Romano. So I'm pretty sure it's coming. It's going to happen. Now, it's not official. Like, the offer's accepted. They're waiting to announce it. But it looks like Leicester in for the guy. Looks like they got him. Deal's agreed. They're just waiting to announce it. Very similar to the Konate stuff.
If I was him, I'd probably do that. Yeah. Because he'll play.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and so Jersey Boy brings up a comment. I'm not perfect. Okay, so apparently Leicester sold Damari Gray to Bayern Leverkusen in January.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually wasn't following that.
He might have been on. He might have been on loan. Actually, I'm not sure, but
no. See, that's what I thought. I thought like he was being loaned out. Because it looked like he was at Leicester for 5 years, and then Leicester sold him. To Bayern Leverkusen. That's what it looks like. Very interesting. Okay. Hey, so look, I'm not perfect. I don't know everything, but I was just trying to make a point. I was just trying to, like, this guy Patson Daka is coming in. You know, Leicester aren't ahead of Liverpool. And he was trying to come at the fact that it's like a stepping stone. And I was like, it is a stepping stone. I mean, it really is. Like, you don't see a lot of Leicester players. We could go into that Tielemans thing that are going to break into the Liverpool starting 11. So that's the only point I was trying to make there. And now, Steve, you said you had some trivia for us.
I do. And I did not know the answer to this, so I'm not acting like I'm some sort of historian. However,
look, we're not experts, okay? We just love the club. So ask away. George, what's up?
What year? Let us know in the comments. The first person to get it right, you get nothing other than a shout out. What year did Liverpool win their first FA Cup? Go.
Oh, good God. Dude,
everyone's Googling right now, freaking out.
Dude, I have no idea.
If you know this off the top of your head, then that's just cool. But
was it the 70s?
It's not necessarily useful information. I can't give any tips.
This dude said 1704.
Jay Butt, who are you, my friend? You are correct. 1965.
1965. Shout out Jay Butt, Dermot. Wow, I didn't know that. 65. I honestly thought it would be a little bit later than that, like the 70s.
1704. So, Jay Butt, you are very fast on Google, or you just know random stuff.
No, honestly, I mean, that's pretty good. If you guys like, because it's one thing to know the Champions League, it's one thing to know the Premier League, but like the FA Cup, and considering how many like we have, and like, you know, it's every year kind of deal, that's crazy. Good for you guys. So 1965, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting. Very interesting. So let's go over to the chat. Let's see what people are saying. Yeah, we got Jordan here. Doug, what's going on, Doug? Haven't seen you in a minute. Dermot's in here as well. JW Young. And yeah, happy Father's Day to everyone who's just joining us. I'm still laughing at the 1704 thing. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, that is wild.
Shout out to Shankly, by the way. What a legend. All right. Now, Steve, let's take a look at, let me stop sharing this real quick. This new signing we got. Now, I don't know the correct order, how to say it. So please, if you guys do know, let me know. Issahaku Abdul Fatawu. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly. I don't even know if that's the correct like order of the names. I saw it as Abdul Fatawu Issahaku, but transfer marked has Issahaku first. Okay, can we just call him Abdul? Can we all agree? Can I call him Abdul? Look it up, Steve. Let me know.
Doesn't matter. Go ahead.
All right.
Call him whatever you want.
Now, this is reportedly, I think it's our second summer signing. Now, this guy, I need to share it first. So stop share. This is our second summer signing, Ghanaian Wonderkid. Okay, currently playing in the U20 African Cup of Nations, I think, or maybe whenever that goes down. I'm really uneducated about this guy, as we all are, I think. I again, these are all these transfers, the ones that are reported as official haven't been done yet. Like, for example, Patsandaka, Kanate, none of those are done yet, but they're reported as like official. And I don't know why, because isn't the transfer window open, Steve? So why wouldn't they officially be announced, right? You see, like, Memphis Depay still at the Euros, but he posted a picture on Twitter saying, like, I'm happy with my new club at Barcelona, right? So, I mean, seems like they're official. But all right. So let's just take a
maybe
gander.
the players just need to like get there to sign something. Like, I don't know. I don't know.
Litz brings up an excellent point. If we get him, he needs a nickname ASAP. And that is the damn truth.
It is.
Now, listen, he's I think he's 18 years old. Let me see. He's 17. Okay, so this kid is young. Now, it's currently updated on Transfermarkt. If you see, look, he joined. He's upcoming transfer, so it will become official on July 1st. It looks like. So maybe that's why all these transfers are waiting, because even if the transfer window is open, it doesn't become official till July 1st. So that makes sense. That's when all the contracts.
Yeah, because that's when that's like when the season begins.
Perfect. Okay, so that makes a lot of sense. So he will be joining the Liverpool U18s. The reported fee on Transfermarkt is $550,000 US. He came from Steadfast FC. No idea where that is. It looks like it's in Ghana. But Steve, let's look at this guy's profile here. Main position is an attacking midfield, and you can actually argue that looks like a center forward, like a false nine. But he also plays on the wings, man. And these are the type of players that play in this system that we currently play. A player that is versatile, can play across all front three positions. Every player we have currently right now, with the exception of Bobby, I think, can play in every front position. Now, he's only 17 years old. He has 6 caps, if I'm remembering correctly, or 6 appearances, excuse me, in the U20 Africa Cup. 2 goals, 1 assist. He's been starting every single game, plays 96% of the minutes. And really, that's all we got. He has a very short career so far. Probably career stats, no information, right? So, I mean, it's like we're very limited on here. But Steve, what are you thinking about this signing? It's not, even these young guys, these signings, they kind of go under the radar. Like, we hear about them. Like, for example, I can't remember his name, but the guy, one of our youth players, turned down a contract. He's going to sign with Newcastle United. That's one I've been seeing going around. Remind me of the name, guys. I can't remember.
What's his height, this guy?
This guy is, let's take a gander. Dude, they're so limited on information with this guy. They don't even have his height. Usually they have his height right here. Wow, that's crazy. Let's see if hold on. Let's see if anywhere else has a little more info. Are we going to Wikipedia, or do you want to go to Who Scored?
Just look up on the right on this page. Nothing.
Wow, it's very limited. So that means
go to Wikipedia and we'll see.
Yeah, this guy's. Let's go to the Mirror. Let's see what the Mirror's saying. Because these are all the articles that I was reading last night. Oh, so they won. Okay, so the Africa Cup of Nations. Oh, that's right, because they played in like January, February, whatever. They won the Under-20 Africa Cup of Nations. Okay, so it's pretty good. So we're signing this guy obviously for the future. So Bayer Leverkusen, we're actually close to signing him, it looks like. Steadfast FC was the second tier of Ghanaian football. Yeah, so guys, this is one for the future, obviously. And I honestly haven't looked up any highlights for this kid, anything at all. I don't know if anyone else had, but look, we do this. We do this. We have marquee signings, right? But we build for the future. This guy is obviously going to be playing in our U18s. Oh, now we're skipping. I got to exit out of the I got to close the tab. There we go. Otherwise, it's just going to keep skipping. these players, like for example, Sepp Vandenberg, he's probably going out on loan to Preston North End again, right? You look at other young players that we signed. We got that Polish guy. I can't remember his name. Not Krzyzewski. I always want to say Krzyzewski, but he plays for the U18s. Solid. All these young youth players that at least have a vision now with the whole Kirby training ground philosophy to getting into the first team. Are you excited at all about the signing, Steve? Like, are you gonna after the show? Are you gonna go and look at highlights?
No.
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 I kind of want
bit.
to.
Well, go ahead. I'll be out there working on the lawn. So
working on the lawn. Yeah.
Give me a call and let me know how it goes.
Yeah. What do you guys think in the chat? People probably letting us know. The best thing you guys can do is comment. And remember, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Every Sunday, 9 a.m., we are live chatting the latest and greatest LFC news here. Yeah, no, of course. Oyvind bringing up the fact I hate that AFCON is played during the season. I think we all do. Oh boy, not him, saying he is very good. He is a good player from little highlights I've seen. Yeah, it's one of those players. Like, even if you look up, who was I looking up the other day where I couldn't find any highlights because they're like such a young player. God, I can't remember. Was it Jeremy Doku? No, Jeremy Doku has highlights. I don't know. But looking up these players, they don't have a lot of highlights, so it's hard to go on them unless you're actually watching the clubs they play for. North Red saying good for the future manager, maybe, but we need a signing for the now. Yeah, and Steve, that brings us back again to the current transfer window. What's the rumors going around, right? All the players we know that are on the chopping block. Divock, Shaq, Matip. Who else? Even though I think Matip's staying now. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
But
I think, yeah.
And then Kostas Tsimikas linked with a loan move out to Napoli. I'd be very surprised if that happened, dude. It's like that would be the second instance where, like, for example, Minamino comes in, right? Plays like a game and a half, and then we loan him out. Kostas Tsimikas has 3 appearances or something, 3 or 4 appearances in the first team, not including preseason, and we'd loan him back out. We bought him to have cover for left back. Why would we loan him back out? It would help if you unmuted yourself, Steve.
I think that's BS. I don't think we're loaning him out. I mean, we have Milner that can fill in there. We have Milner that can fill in there.
We have Milner that can fill in there, but Steve, Milner, he's getting close. He's getting close to retirement age, man.
I'm not buying it. You never know with him. I don't think we'll loan out Tsimikas because if Robbo does get hurt, like the unfortunate piece for Tsimikas is that Robertson's just a machine. And even if he does pick up a knock, he keeps playing and he runs 95 minutes straight.
Yeah.
So you can't justify at any point rotating there because he's shown no instances over the last 3 or 4 years where it's like, oh, Robbo's tired. He doesn't look good. Like, there's been a few times where you're like, he might be out of form a bit.
Yeah.
But
no, Roberts, honestly, there's been maybe 2 games where I've been like, dang, Robertson is just not on it today. Excuse me. For the most part, Robertson's a machine. Played every Premier League game this season. He's in the Euros just sprinting up and down the field. The guy is literally a machine. He doesn't need rest. I don't think he sleeps. I think he's just sprinting constantly. I think that's what he does. He's like you in the living room just doing headers and drills before games.
Yep. Pre-match drills. Yeah, exactly.
Drills.
Diving headers onto the couch.
Unless we are in the FA Cup still, the Carabao Cup, whatever the hell it's going to be called next season, Kostas Tsimikas won't play. He just won't. That's the reality of it. Robertson will play every single game. And even at worst case scenario, Robertson gets subbed off and Tsimikas gets a little 10-minute cameo. But even 10 minutes is risky. You can't leave that position open for 10 minutes. Like, So the question must be asked, like, what is Klopp not seeing on the training ground with Tsimikas, right?
Nothing. I don't think it's that at all. He was hurt. He had COVID. No one in the world is going to play over Robertson right now. That's the thing. It's not anything wrong with Tsimikas. He was brought in for cover. No one thought he was going to come in and play. So I think you're just kind of looking too deep into it. Like he He's not as good as Robertson, so he's not going to play over Robertson.
Yeah, and you got to think the club. I feel like the club told him, like, look, we're buying you, right? You're coming in, but you are backup. You are going to be cover for the best left back in the world, arguably best left back in the world. Okay, you're not going to play a lot, but I think the kid's talented, so maybe that's why the loan moves are circulating. Do you think it's maybe people in his party on his team putting out feelers, trying to get a loan move because he wants to play? Can't blame him if that's the case.
Potentially, yeah. I mean, no one wants to sit on the bench.
No. And even if he went to Napoli, I feel like Napoli. When I saw that link, I was like, wow, that actually sounds like a great move for him. Like loan wise, not transfer, just a loan.
Yeah, that could work.
Yeah,
that could really work.
The big thing, though, and Romario brings up the fact that Kostas has 3 injuries this season. But I mean, even when he was available, what did we see him a couple times? Just he doesn't play a lot. And I know the injuries were kind of knocks. I feel like there was the preseason one where he wasn't available. Then I think Steve, you said he had COVID, and then he got injured later in the season. I don't know what that one was. Vid-19er, yeah.
Vid-19er, yeah.
But Divock is the big one. Okay, Divock is clearly we're trying to sell this guy. Clearly, price tag anywhere in the range of 10 to 20 million is what I've seen. Now, Fabrizio Romano is reporting that tons of clubs are inquiring about Divock. Now, also reports suggesting that we're on a sell to buy thing. So if we sell Divock, maybe that's our trigger to like, hey, we can now bring in a forward that we want. Whatever the case may be. But tons of clubs are in for Divock. That's the report, at least. We need to get rid of this guy. I don't care how much it's for. We got to get rid of him. And I don't know. Someone earlier said that, was it West? Yeah, West Ham and Origi are a match made in heaven from Aaron T. Honestly, I do kind of think about that. Like, Divock could probably go to West Ham and do okay, but at the same time, maybe the Premier League isn't for him. I also don't think our system suits him at all. I mean, if there was a team that was playing a striker up front, that honestly though, Steve, I'm just rambling at this point about Divock, but we cross balls into the box from wide areas, and Divock's tall and can get ahead on stuff. So why doesn't he fit our system? Is it just because he doesn't play enough?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. No, straight up. He doesn't play enough.
Okay.
Yep. That's all there is to it.
What's the best move for him? Go back to Germany or go back to France or, where's he going?
He didn't do much for Wolfsburg.
No, he had like 5 or 7 goals. And then Lille, he didn't do much either. I mean, but he was playing on the wing at Lille, I thought. Like, he wasn't playing as a striker.
Yeah, he needs game time. He's not a player you can throw in and he can make something happen. Like Shaqiri can sit for 3 months and come in and get an assist. Or put a nice shot on target. Like Origi can't do that. He needs momentum. He needs rhythm. He needs game time.
Right.
He's not going to get it here. See you later.
Even if someone's injured, we got Jota now who can rotate in. Klopp's been putting Ox up on the wing in front of Origi recently. So it's like, it's insane. Even Liz. I don't know about this move. Origi to the MLS to make some bank and a big fish in a little pond. I cannot see Divock Origi, to be fair, in the MLS. I can't. But he did see, at least he's a good guy. I saw something recently. He set up a scholarship fund. I don't know the details of it, but he set up some sort of scholarship in Liverpool. So shout out to Divock. He's a good guy. He's a legend for the club. Everyone loves Divock. But the time has come to sell him. And someone asked earlier, is he unsellable? Steve, what's your thoughts? Is Divock Origi unsellable?
Why?
I'm just asking.
Why would he be unsellable? I don't get it.
Well, we've been trying to sell him for what? Two seasons now.
No, it'll happen. We just got to lower our price. Anyone can go for the right price.
Fair enough. Let's go over to the chat. Let's see what people are saying. All right. North Red asks, I think this is about Tsimikas. Didn't he get Greek Player of the Year last season? 2 seasons ago, I think he meant. I'm not sure. But yeah, JW Young, realistic price for Origi is 10 million. I agree. 10 million seems like a very good price. Probably 12 to 15 if we're really trying to stretch it. Okay. Let's see what else we got. Liz Golden, Tsimikas is a third string backup and we only have 2 in position. I wouldn't say Tsimikas is a third string backup. I think like Tsimikas is very energetic left back. He fits the type of left back we want. I wouldn't say he's third string though.
I think he is.
You think?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, of course, everyone's entitled to their opinion. I haven't seen enough of the kid to determine what string he is. He needs to play first. Liverpool need players who are strong, imposing, and even physical when needed. Other than Van Dijk, the others don't look imposing enough. North Red saying, look, we've still got Karius on our books. Anything could happen. Fair enough, honestly. Yeah, what are we going to do with
never
Karius?
play for us again.
I haven't heard anything about Karius.
No way.
I already miss Wijnaldum. Yeah, everyone does. He's been excellent. He's been absolutely excellent in the thing or whatever. Romario said, did you guys see Keita's video on vacation heading a ball and picked a head injury? God, don't say that. There were links with Keita being moved away, and I think Keita or Keita's agent came out and said he's currently happy at Liverpool, so they're not accepting the offer. So there's still plans for Keita to be here, so Keita's not going anywhere. Here are the other things as well. So Grujic and Wilson, those are the other names I was trying to think of. Grujic, I feel like Grujic could be on his way to either Hertha Berlin or FC Porto. I feel like Hertha Berlin loved him because he went on loan there 2 seasons and they wanted to sign him. I feel like that would be a good move for him. That's an extra 15 mil. If we get rid of Divock, I mean, these are moves that have to be made.
Yeah, we need to bring in some cash. Yeah. Because we don't need to just buy one player. Like, we need to ship these guys out and then get 2 players.
2 forwards?
Well, 1 forward and then who knows what else. Anything else, really.
Yeah, 1 forward, 1 midfielder.
If Keita stays, we might not necessarily need one. We don't know what's going to happen with Keita and Ox. That's the thing.
No, that's true. Honestly, we don't need a midfielder. It's probably the area where we don't need one. I just know a lot of people are worried about the Wijnaldum situation. Like,
because he's a certain type of player. Like,
right.
We need that type of player. I think we won't know until it starts, but
yeah,
we'll see.
No, that's true. And other forwards we're linked with. This is perfect. Romario brought this up. So there's apparently a short list. It's just crazy. All these reports that come out, dude. It's like journalists are just having a field day, and it's so crazy to follow. All right, short list for the midfielders. Yves Bissouma, which we saw a report like last month that we aren't even interested in Bissouma whatsoever. I think actually James Pearce was the one who came out and said that. But now it's back on. Bissouma, Florian Neuhaus, and there was one other one. I don't know if it was Renato Sanchez. I don't think it was Renato Sanchez, but it was one other person. And the Florian Neuhaus thing is grabbing momentum, Steve. All right? Have you gotten the time to watch some of the highlights of this kid?
Yeah, well, I have. Who? Cool. You know? It's wild. Same thing with Jota. I didn't know we were going after him.
No, not a clue in the world. And honestly, when we got him, I wasn't like, whoa. It was the price tag that made me think, oh, is this guy actually good? You know?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Jota didn't have the hype that Pedro Neto has or Adama Traore has. Kind of flew under the radar at the club, even though Wolves have some solid players.
Yeah, they do.
Very good players.
Yeah, his numbers weren't ever great, but Klopp saw something in him. It just goes to show you, like, the upper echelon level type manager Jurgen is compared to, like, Nuno.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, you just bring a guy in and he's 2 times as good immediately.
Yes.
With the right coaching and the right system.
Yep.
And better players around him.
God, the perfect example. I was thinking about this because I was watching the Copa America highlights. Coutinho at Liverpool was world class. Legend. Transfers to Barca. He doesn't even play for the Brazil national team anymore, dude. Like, I haven't seen him. I've been watching the Brazil highlights. I don't think he's on the team. Now, I could be wrong. Maybe he's on the bench.
He might be around, but he played so well in the World Cup 2018.
No, he did. That's the thing. Like, and that was after the transfer, but that was wasn't that because he went in the winter transfer window, the January transfer window. World Cup was in the summer. So that was right after the transfer. But my point is the fall off. You know, it could be confidence. It could be the move. It could be a bunch of stuff. But Klopp just got the best out of this kid. Same thing with Emre Can, dude. Emre Can was doing bicycle kicks at Liverpool. What's he doing now?
He's been solid. I'll give him that. He's been solid, but he plays the type of role where you, like Coutinho, you can put data behind his lack of success, like lack of goals, lack of assists. Emre Can's like a holding type midfielder. Like he passes the ball and he defends. Like it's kind of hard to drop out of form there, or it's just not as apparent. Like Coutinho's lighting it up with like 30-yard curlers at Liverpool, free kicks, all this stuff. Like you go to Barca, first of all, you're not even going to take a free kick. And then second of all, it's very apparent when you're not doing well because you're not scoring and playing as well as you did at Liverpool. Emery wasn't like a god here. So like he didn't have to do much after he moved to just like stay somewhat relevant. Like he's still in the German national team. I don't know what he's got for trophies. You win the league with Juventus and that's it.
Yeah.
He left to win trophies and then he's won one. Maybe like some Coppa Italia, some weird, you know what I mean?
I know what you're saying.
And then what? Dortmund?
Yeah, Dortmund, which I think that was a way better move than going to Juventus just because of the purely talent. I think he went to Juventus for the paycheck. But just because they could have paid him more. But I mean, we have like with Fabinho, Henderson, even Milner, that holding midfield spot is covered now. What I do think about is, I'm not saying that he's getting to a point where he can't play because he's still great. Henderson, 31 years old, just turned 31. 31 is still, I mean, guys, you got to think 31. I mean, he's still got 3-4 years left, I know, in like Henderson.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I know he's still got time. But you still got to think, like, you can't wait until the last minute to find, a midfielder who can replace that kind of work ethic. Now, we all know Curtis Jones is there, right? We have guys coming through the ranks, Leighton Clarkson. I just want to say real quick, Leighton Clarkson against Midtjylland, I think that was his debut for the first team. This kid is, I don't know if anyone's even following this guy. Leighton Clarkson is solid, dude. I watched every touch from that game. And this kid is great. The only downside is he's small. Okay, he's small. But I mean, the kid is great. Like we have so many options in that midfield. And our defense is covered. We have enough talent in our defense, enough young talent between Reece Williams, Nat Phillips. I know we sent Kabak back, but now we have Konate. You got Van Dijk, Gomez. Like our defense is solid now if they can all just stay healthy. Our goalkeeper, solid. Allison, Kelleher, right? And we signed Adrian to another extension. Right back situation. You got Trent and Nico, okay? Anyone can, say what they want about Nico, but still. And then left back, of course, Robertson, Legend, and Tsimikas. Midfield, like I said, we got it covered. It's the forward spots, man. And someone's brought it up. You see Leicester and you see all these clubs signing, big name players. You brought it up, Steve. Like Klopp goes under the radar. He wants the right players. He wants these guys that fit his system. And if he doesn't get the right player, he's not above waiting. Like, he's not just going to go grab at his second choice. He'll scout and get someone new.
Yeah, and he always mentions like these guys coming back from injuries are like new signings, which they kind of are, but that's just his way of saying like they're not backing me financially. Like we don't have the cash that Chelsea has. We don't have the cash that these other squads have. That's all that is.
Yeah, fair.
When we're 100% healthy, we're the best team in the league, in my opinion. I'm trying to remain as unbiased as possible, but the last time we were all healthy, we were undefeated in the league, and we won the league the year before. Even after Virgil went down, we went through the first 2-3 months of the season with one loss, and it was that Aston Villa game. And then we won more. We were in first place.
But the thing about that game, dude, I think Van Dijk and Gomez played that Aston Villa game.
They may have. I don't even remember.
I think they did, and that's what worried me. It was like, and Wijnaldum played. I'm pretty sure Fabinho came on the field at the end. So that's what worried. I thought I could have sworn Van Dijk and Gomez were healthy for that, but it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter because that was the one outlier, and then we won everything else. Yeah. Our healthy squad won the league by a million points, and then was undefeated except for that one weird Villa game, and then everyone started getting hurt. But like, nothing's changed. Like, those guys are going to come back, and we're going to be the best team in the league again.
Yeah,
that's probably how Klopp's looking at it.
This is what I'm saying. So Jasper does bring up the fact the last time we had a full strength team was 7-2. So this is what I would, to be fair, but I don't think Fabinho started that game. I think Wijnaldum, Milner, and Hendo started, or maybe it was Wijnaldum, Milner, Keita. I can't remember. I just thought Fabinho wasn't subbed on until the end. Could be wrong. Like we said, doesn't matter.
That's not the point. The point is that we won the league by a landslide, and then, the first few months of last season, we were in first place.
Yeah.
And or undefeated, except for that one game, essentially. I don't know.
Yeah, and then 2021 comes around. We had a slide, right? We were adjusting to the injuries, and then we finished the season strong. Thank God.
Didn't we finish with 8 wins out of the last 10 games?
We were solid.
Yeah, we were like the number 1 team in the league again.
I'm pretty sure it was like 1 or 2.
Yeah,
1 or 2, and that's the thing. Like, we just needed to find our footing. And Phillips, incredible. I think Phillips and Reece Williams next to each other for some reason, like they just clicked. And what was it? The total number, wasn't it like 19 center back combinations or something by the end of the season?
More.
It's just crazy. It's absolutely insane. Guys, if you haven't already, subscribed to the channel, hit that thumbs up button. And of course, consider becoming a channel member. You get that cool little badge next to your name, and you get custom emojis that you can use. Chad Ford brings up the fact Fabrizio Romano said yesterday that Liverpool are 100% interested in Bissouma. Look, just buy players. Just buy. If you're interested in these guys, get them. That's all I'm saying. Like, at a certain point, it becomes frustrating following all the news. We are interested. We're not interested. Like, I honestly, at this point, Steve, I only trust Fabrizio Romano. Even certain journalists that I love, I don't trust anymore.
Mm-hmm. That's why I can't follow this stuff. It's too much.
Yeah, I know.
Follow Fabrizio and just wait.
You stay out of it. You're like, I'm like, have you seen this guy? And you're like, yeah, no.
He's the only one that's got the scoop, the real scoop.
Yeah, but he doesn't. I feel like 90% of what he does is like, this deal is a done deal, and then the other 10% is like, they're definitely interested in this guy. So it's like I feel like he's the first one to find out when a deal is actually done. Whereas other reporters are trying to speculate and say, hey, they're interested in this guy. This is what they're leaning towards. Dude, I'm so scared of injuries, and I'm so scared that we're going to miss out on generational talent because we're being stingy and because we have all these other side projects going on with the Anfield Road expansion, right? And, we've just done a lot as a club off the field recently, money-wise, that costs a lot of money. And I'm just worried about missing out on these, generational talents, even though I know we're solid. We're such a good squad. Like you said, like, we have a window, but I do still think Klopp is prepping for the future. Konate, excellent signing. And we just need more options up front, dude. Someone said it earlier in the chat. Bobby's on the back nine of his career. He's still great. Don't get me wrong. I still love Bobby. But we need someone who can play that center forward role week in, week out. If hypothetically, knock on wood, Bobby is injured or he's gone, right?
I mean, somebody put a comment in here saying we won the UCL that summer. Chad Ford, here you go. That summer we signed Elliott and Vandenberg. Chelsea, after winning the UCL, are in for Haaland, Hakimi, and Ramos. Like, and God knows who else. They just have ridiculous funds over there.
Yeah, but
the thing is, they won the UCL, but we know that's not happening again. We also know they're not going to win the league. Like, it's going to be City, Liverpool, or United. Like, I don't think anyone's actually worried about Chelsea winning the Premier League.
But
the UCL, anything can happen.
It's two completely different mindsets of a club. You have a manager that will only get certain players. He's not going for the big names. Chelsea, on the other hand, will go for big names. It doesn't matter if they fit the style. They will go for huge names, and that's why their managers are in and out in 1 or 2 years, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Every single year, they're in and out. That's why, because they get the biggest name players that don't necessarily fit the system that the manager gets. So the first thing that they're doing is, see ya, manager's out, we're bringing in a new manager. They tell the manager up front, like, look, we have some of the best top name players in the world, make it work. And if you don't, you're out. See ya. Even if you win a trophy, you're out. Like, that's happened tons of times before.
Yeah, they're not going to win the league. They're not even. They're probably fourth in the odds to win the league. Actually, I don't know that, but I think it's safe to say that Liverpool, United, and especially if United gets Sancho, City are better positioned to win the league. But the Champions League, anything can happen. It's a totally different competition. Anything can happen. So we'll see.
Hey, absolutely. Shout out to my dad, new channel member, newest Nothing But Reds channel member. Shout out to him. Happy Father's Day as well. Guys, consider becoming a channel member. And yeah, Dermot asking, no Tielemans chats today. Yeah, no, I'm just over that. I am just over that. Yeah, and someone said, don't sleep on Chelsea. They're a good team. I don't think anyone's like, we're not crapping on Chelsea.
No, we're not.
We're just.
But like the Champions League was the only sniff they had of a chance of a trophy this year. And I think I think the same goes for next year.
Yeah.
Because if they didn't win the Champions League, like this is totally obviously hypothetical. They didn't win the Champions League, like they would have been in the Europa League. Maybe. Because it came down to that final day. It came down to, they finished fourth, but it came down to that final day and they lost. Or they drew and they needed to win. They folded.
They
folded in the Premier League. Yeah.
No. Leicester folded.
Leicester always folds. They're irrelevant.
Seasons. What happens at the end of the season, dude? They're crazy. Like, why? Why do they
spend too much time talking about Leicester on this channel? They fold every single year.
And
every year.
I just like Leicester. I like what they're doing. I like that since winning the league, it hasn't been a fluke. Like, they were able to build on that and sign good players. Their recruiting is outstanding since then. Because you look at the players they won the league with that season versus the players they have now. Excellent recruiting at that club. I respect them. I respect them a lot.
No, I do too, but they're not going to win the league. Neither is Chelsea. People saying don't sleep on Chelsea. Yeah, if Chelsea didn't win the Champions League, you wouldn't be saying that, like, at all. If they didn't beat Man City. But the thing is, like, Man City's probably a better team than Chelsea. Like, I think that's safe to say.
No, they are.
But Chelsea just has their number. Chelsea beat them 3 times in a row. But I don't look at Chelsea's lineup and go, oh, no, like, that's a team that can win the league. Even if you plug Haaland in up top, I'm like, maybe, but no.
See, that's where I almost want to disagree with you. I would put Chelsea right up there with us and Man City because of Thomas Tuchel. The way Thomas Tuchel has turned, just the way they were playing, Steve.
They've become very good defensively. I'll give them that. They've become very good defensively, but they don't impress me on offense at all. You need to be able to pour in goals if you want to win the league. And it's a 38-game season.
Well, look,
Champions League is so different.
It is different. It is different. But I just want to say it's difficult when you change managers in the middle of the season. You change formations in the middle of the season. I think all that plays a role. But when you look at who they have, dude, like at the beginning of this season, I said once Chelsea were able to make transfers and stuff, and once they bought all the big name players, I said, and I was wrong, I was like, Mason Mount's not going to play now. I was like, you're not going to see these young guys playing now. Mason Mount is incredible.
He is good.
Mason Mount's great. You have excellent role players with Kovacic and, all these other guys in the midfield. I don't even know. But they have world-class talent. I wouldn't say world-class players. They have world-class talent in that team. And going into next season, they're a threat, Steve. I feel like they're in front of Man United now. I feel like Man United is that fourth spot team. I feel like you're looking at Man City still at the top. I would say Liverpool are very close second, Chelsea, and then Man United in terms of just like pure talent. Like, Man City are just solid. They're so good. That's me, though. That's me.
Yeah, I got Chelsea fourth.
Yeah, and then
I
Man
got them
United
fourth.
third. All right, hey.
Yeah, and it looks like they're going to get Sancho. But I also read something last week that Liverpool's trying to make a late swoop, so who knows?
That's some crap. I swear. There's if we get Sancho, good Lord.
Dude, Chelsea, no one that they bought last year has impressed me. Like, Thiago was solid. Thiago Silva, he was solid. But Werner, he was a joke.
Yeah, no, he didn't impress me at all.
Laughing stock. Ziyech, clown. People will say, "Oh, Havertz scored the Champions League final." Like, so what? He tapped it past the goalkeeper and slid it in. He doesn't look dangerous at all. He's something wrong with Werner. He just can't finish.
Yeah,
he makes incredible runs. He might make the best runs in the league.
His positioning is outstanding.
Yeah, and he just can't finish. And Hakim Ziyech, like, $50 million down the drain. That's what that is.
Well, we won't know until this upcoming season, but I felt like he never started. He always came on in like the 60th or 70th minute. I feel like he had some good moments, but dude, all of those players that you mentioned, you're right. They were all just very average this season. They couldn't find their footing, but I still, like I said, I still think they're world-class talent.
Below average.
Really. Okay. Hey,
and Pulisic is legit, though. He just needs more time. He just needs more game time. He's dangerous.
Oh, yeah. No, he is dangerous. First off, I just want to say thank you to everyone who's tuning in and leaving your thoughts throughout the show in the chat. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Consider becoming a channel member as well. And then, of course, hit that thumbs up video. Let's go over to the chat. We got Sith here. We need 4 more signings that we can't compete with Chelsea, City, United when they are after Grealish, Sancho, Haaland, Hakimi, Kane. But we're signing a new house. Neuhaus. I think that maybe that's what they meant.
And a new house. They bought a new house down the street too.
No, yeah, probably. Look, I mean, dude, I am so much on the same page as Klopp. Like, I do not care about getting Haaland. I do not care about getting Grealish. I don't care about getting Sancho, Hakimi, Kane. I don't care about any of these guys. Let them go to all these other clubs. I'm completely satisfied with who we have, but I still think we need cover. Notice I've never said we need a new player in a position. We're all talking about needing cover, players for the future.
That's the only one you can make an argument for is a striker, like an out-and-out goal machine.
Exactly. We don't.
If Salah goes down, we're screwed
in the new
because we don't have goals.
Position. If Salah, if Salah goes down, there's a problem.
You got to imagine Mane will bounce back.
Oh yeah,
you got to imagine Salah will continue. But if Salah gets hurt, then is Mane gonna carry this team for goals?
He might.
Jota could do okay, but like we've already seen him get hurt twice.
Yeah.
Already played half the season. We've already seen him get hurt 2 times.
Well, the one was he played in a game that he shouldn't have been playing in.
It's still an injury.
I know. I'm just saying. Trying to play devil's advocate here.
Yeah. People blame Klopp for that, which I guess I do too. But at the end of the day, he still has shown that he is injury prone. Currently, he is an injury prone player. Currently.
Based on recent injuries.
And so is Henderson.
Henderson, yeah, but he's got chronic problems. Like he's always got a lower body injury, dude. Like he's got that plantar fasciitis thing he's been battling. I don't know. He's always got an ankle injury. I don't know what's going on with Henderson. I love when Henderson's healthy. Like when Henderson plays week in, week out, we're such a better team. Tony says I'd be happy with a new center forward. And honestly, Steve, Konate and a new center forward, I'm content. Completely content with that.
Got to be someone that can score goals, though. Like a goal scorer, not another Bobby type. Like we need someone that's like a serial goal scorer.
Yeah. Who would you say then like that? Who is a serial goal scorer?
I think Daka was worth it. I don't know how he would fare in the Premier League, but like that's clearly not really on the table anymore. I don't want to spend money on Haaland.
No,
because everything will all be about Erling Haaland. He's going to make way too much money, and it's like Haaland. It's like, no, this is a club. No one gets that much attention. That's what he wants. That's what he needs. He's turning into like this social media like guy. Like I don't want that around here.
No.
That's that's lame.
He's funny. He can play the game. He's a little arrogant though, and he's still young. He hasn't completely matured yet. He's gotten all this attention so young, dude. He's just, I don't know, dude.
Here's what I want. You guys already know I want Luis Suarez. He's number 1 on my list this month.
Good Lord.
Yep.
What about Danielle Malin?
Dirt cheap. He could work too. The other thing that no one ever talks about that I could see happening in the future, not now, is Lewandowski coming back to club.
I could see that as well. I really could.
I mean, it's got to get old just lighting up the Bundesliga and winning it every year.
Fair.
It has to get old.
Yeah.
No?
Well, I don't know. He plays for a top club. He always has a chance. He always has a chance in the Champions League. He always has a chance in the Bundesliga. I feel like he's content there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he is, but I could see him coming here.
Yeah. Well, you also see Luis Suarez coming here too, which
I would love that.
I'm sure a lot of people would love it, but is it going to happen?
Probably not.
I just think a center forward is what we need. A backup center forward, okay? Because Bobby's still going to play every game, barring some insane something ridiculous. Klopp is just going to play Bobby every single game, okay? But we need someone else to kind of come in and fill the shoes because Minamino's coming back, right? We don't know if we're going to sell him on or not, but he's coming back to Liverpool. So every one of our backup players can play across the front line. But we only have 2 backup guys, unless you consider Ox and Shaqiri backup guys for some of those front 3 spots, which I don't know if I do. I feel like they're more of midfielders, but they do come on and play on the wing, like wing spots.
Yeah, that's a good point.
What about Isaac, though? Alexander Isaac?
I just don't know enough about him. But
he just doesn't fit.
Jasper Redican says here Suarez publicly said that he's going to stay at Atletico, which I did see that, but that means almost nothing sometimes. So it's just what I want. That's what we need. We need someone who's aggressive that will come in and score goals. That's what we need. It's exactly what he is. He's the picture perfect fit, especially considering the fact that we clearly don't want to spend money.
We don't. Or
we wouldn't be buying a center back this year if we didn't have the injuries last year. They didn't want to spend money on a center back. We had to. We had no choice because it ruined our season.
Yes, they did.
But
and luckily,
they wouldn't have been buying Konate this year if
we recovered. We recovered though, and that shows the diligence and the motivation of this squad. For us to finish 3rd in the Premier League, guys, with Reece Williams and Nat Phillips at the back, and that's not a slight to Nat Phillips or Reece Williams, but we had Reece Williams and Nat Phillips playing center back for Liverpool Football Club, and we finished 3rd. Just think about that for a second. It was incredible what we did. So we needed a center back, like you said, Steve. But with Van Dijk, Matip, Gomez, Konate, not to mention Nat Phillips and Reece Williams if they end up playing again, that we're set. We're set.
Be. Knock on wood.
I do not want Diego Costa. I don't know anyone who wants Diego Costa.
No, thanks.
No. I feel like Henderson would fight him. But yeah. And apparently Lewandowski's a free agent in 2023. I'm not waiting that long. But look, Steve, you have any closing thoughts, my man?
No, I think there's Italy and Wales is on today. There's another game too. Switzerland, Turkey, maybe somewhere.
Yeah, I'm gonna be chilling watching the Euros. The thing is during the week I don't really get a chance to watch the Euros or anything like that. So kind of the weekend I kind of unwind and watch, see what talent there is out there. Every time a player has a good game, a new team is linked with them.
It's insane. It's absolutely insane. We got a new member before we wrap it up here.
Oyvind Nguyen, he's been been a supporter of the channel for a very long time. Welcome. Happy to have you. Thanks. Thank you so much. And yeah, dude, it's like even like a player that subbed on, like Ousmane Dembele, dude, had like a shot that hit the post. And then I saw an article saying that Liverpool are interested in Ousmane Dembele.
It's insane. It's absolutely only this sport, man. Only this sport.
It's just crazy. It's fun though. It's fun to follow. It really is. Yeah. But honestly, just shout out to everyone who stays tuned in. We had upwards of 90 people in the chat today. We appreciate all you guys. Thanks to our new members, Scott, Oyvind. We appreciate y'all. Contact me on Twitter. Obviously, Dad, you don't have to. I'll just send you the link. But Oyvind, contact Nothing But Reds on Twitter. We can send you the link to the Discord group that you get access to. And if you're new and you haven't already subscribed to the channel, give the video a thumbs up. We just appreciate everyone being here every Sunday, 9 a.m. Steve, I want to thank you for the seltzer lesson.
Follow us on Instagram, and we'll see you next week.
See you guys next week. Until then, Reds, take care.